Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the Daily Forex Report for March 29th. We're looking at the US Japanese yen pair. First, this pair closed even. It did create an inside bar, a second inside bar basically in a row. Potential for a breakout is very high. We are looking for this pair to potentially move to the upside, but it is moving sideways, consolidating down. Not sure which direction it will break out. Now, we are looking for it to potentially go as high as 93.27, possibly as low as 91.85. Look for some resistance around 93.00 and look for some support around 92.15. Okay, now looking at the Euro-USD pair, this particular pair gapped up, didn't quite make it down to previous Friday's close. Did close up for the session. We are looking for it to continue moving sideways with a bias that is sideways. Look for it to potentially go as high as 135.65, possibly as low as 133.39. Look for some resistance around 135.00 and look for some support around 133.87. Okay, now looking at the pound US dollar pair, this pair gapped up, did retrace, closed higher for the session overall, starting to move sideways with a bias that is sideways. Look for it to potentially go as high as 150.94, possibly as low as 147.93. Look for some resistance around 150.25 and look for some support around 148.95. Now the US Swiss, this pair gapped down 70 pips, did retrace, pulled back, still closed higher, moving sideways overall. Biased is sideways. Look for it to potentially go as high as 10750, possibly as low as 10528. Look for some resistance around 10700 and look for some support around 10575. Now, as far as news announcements goes, we do have the U.S. releasing their consumer confidence report for March at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Consensus is things have gotten a little better, moving from 46 to 50. Now, we do have, looking at the Euro-USD pair, we do have a very small gap between basically between the low and the previous Friday's close is about 4 pips on the euro. I do believe that if the market does come down to this point, that you'd be able to pull that 4 pips out. It's a very, very small scalp trade. I realize that the Euro USD has a 4 pip spread, so you're talking about taking a very, very small chunk out of the market, but nonetheless, I do believe that that should happen during this next session. And if not during this next session, throughout the week, we should see it come on down, and when it does, it should go through that point. Now, the U.S. Japanese yen pair has created a second inside bar. I do believe that if you take the breakout, basically looking for the high and the low, you'd be able to grab a few pips to the upside, probably not that many. You could look to grab a quick scalp of about 6 pips to the downside. However, it's a little bit greater, about 52 pips. Now, if you wanted to, what you could do is look for the trade that we talked about yesterday and basically look for the breakout to the downside, look to sell short, then go to break even when it comes on down to this point, and then look for it to come down to this point. And at that point, you could go ahead and exit the trade. Well, that pretty much wraps us up for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.